So guys, I think so far you have learned about LangChain. Okay, LangChain. Then you learn about Llama index. Okay. Then you also learn about open source large language model. Okay, open source LLM. Even I also taught you the OpenAI. Okay, OpenAI. And OpenAI provides actually commercial model because all the models are paid here. If you want to use them, you have to pay for that, right? And how it will charge you based on the token limit. And this will give you the API key. Okay, API key. With the help of API key, you can access this model. But apart from that, there are so many actually foundation model. I think I already discussed inside Hugging Face. Okay, Hugging Face platform like LLaMA was there. Okay, then Mistral was there. Then Falcon was there. Okay, then Gemini, Jimma. Okay, and so on. There are so many models. If you open the Hugging Face platform, you'll see that there are so many models are available, and these are the foundation model. And this model is pretty good, guys. If you see this model is like very powerful model. It's very powerful model. Even I already showed you some of the demo. We created some of the application with the help of open source large language model. There I think you saw the power of the model. Yes or no, right? But I think one issue you saw whenever I was using this open source large language model, the issue was this model size is very big. Let's say if I'm considering LLaMA 2, just try to consider about LLaMA 2. So now tell me, LLaMA 2 having actually how many variant? I think you know LLaMA 2 is having 3 variant, like 7 billion parameter model. Then it is also having 13 billion parameter variant model. It is also having 70 billion parameter model. Even recently there is another model you will see called LLaMA 3. Okay, LLaMA 3, and LLaMA 3 is very huge than your LLaMA 2. So you can open up the Hugging Face hub and there you can search for LLaMA 3, you will see the model. So here I already told you, if I want to use this model, actually I have to use GPU based machine, GPU based system, yes or no. And if I'm not using GPU based machine, so what will happen? I won't be able to execute this at the model. But if you see, there are so many developers, there would be so many enthusiasts, they will prefer to use these at the open source large language model. But most of them will not have the GPU based machine. Okay, because it's obvious now. Because if you see nowadays, actually whatever laptop, whatever let's say system we usually buy, people usually take this actually GPU, let's say 3060, okay, Ti. So I can consider RTX, okay, RTX 3060 Ti. If you have actually less budget, then you can buy this GPU. If you have more budget, you can also buy higher configuration GPU. But there are very less people, they will buy the higher configuration GPU. Let's say who have the huge amount of earning, they will buy it. Okay, but if you have actually less budget, because see, majority of the person will have the less budget whenever they buy any kinds of system. So they will have, let's say, this GPU 3060 Ti. Okay, so this GPU having actually, I think around 4 to 8 GB, I think VRAM. Okay, VRAM it is having. Okay, now just try to consider, let's say I'm loading this LLaMA 2 7 billion parameter, okay, this model in this GPU. So what would be the inference time? As of now, let's try to consider, let's say it will take 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes to give you the response. Now just try to consider, if your application is taking 5 minutes to execute only one prompt, will people use your application? Tell me. If let's say I'm using ChatGPT, and if I'm giving any prompt to the ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is taking, let's say, 5 minutes to give me that response, so will I use the ChatGPT again? No, definitely I will not use, because nowadays you will see that people will have very less time. They want actually quick response from any kinds of application. So what you have to do, the system you are developing, this should be very fast. Okay, the inference time would be very fast here. Otherwise, people won't be using your application, right? Then let's say you are loading this 13 billion parameter model, okay, in the RTX 3060 Ti GPU. Let's say now it is taking 10 minutes to execute. Okay, 10 minutes to execute. And after that, let's say you are taking 70 billion parameter model in the RTX 3060 Ti, and you will see that sometimes it will give you memory, okay, memory out of space, okay, out of space error. Okay, because this GPU doesn't have the capacity to load this 7 billion parameter model, because I told you it is having 4 GB and 8 GB VRAM. Okay, so that time actually we are not able to use this kinds of foundation model. But let's say somehow we are using this foundation model. Let's say we are using small variant of the model, let's say 70 billion or 13 billion. But what is happening? Inference time is very high here. Okay, it is like very slow here. So again, people won't be using my application. So this is another issue. Got it? Now let's say somehow you created one application. Let's say it is taking 5 minutes to execute. Now what you have to do? If you want to publish this application to the audience, you have to deploy this project, yes or no? Let's say you want to do the deployment. You have to do the deployment. Okay, deployment. Now, I think previously I showed you one deployment, right? We deployed one end-to-end medical chatbot project. There I was using actually AWS. Okay, AWS. So I was using, let's say, EC2 service from there. EC2. Then I was using ECR. Okay, Elastic Container Registry. Then I was also using something called Docker. Okay, so these are the services actually I was using there one by one. Now, see, there I was actually deploying the OpenAI based application. That means I was using OpenAI model. That's why I was able to deploy this project in the cloud platform with the help of these are the simple service only. But whenever you are using open source large language model, so that means this model you have downloaded in your local machine. And now what you have to do, you have to move this model to the production server. That means your cloud machine. And there, just try to consider if you are using this kinds of 8 GB, let's say instance, like T2 large instance, will it work? So I think remember we use something called T2 dot large instance there. And it was having 8 GB memory only. Okay, 8 GB memory with CPU code. So it won't be working, right? If I'm loading this Llama 3 or Llama 2 in this machine, it won't be working. So for this, what I have to do, I have to purchase actually a GPU based machine there. So if you see the EC2 instance, you will see that there actually will also have GPU based machine. So there actually you can also purchase GPU based machine. Apart from that, AWS provides another service called AWS SageMaker. Those who are from actually MLOps background, they already know what is AWS SageMaker. So SageMaker is a complete actually platform. So here you can actually ingest, okay, train, evaluate, okay, evaluate and deploy any kinds of machine learning or deep learning project. Okay, and it also provides different virtual instance. That means virtual computer. Okay, virtual, let's say computer, it will also give you. So there actually you can take any kinds of instance and you can, let's say, host your model. It is also possible. So SageMaker provides actually lots of service. You can search over the Google, you'll see that it provides different services. Okay. Now, a few months back, actually, I was going through one actually research article. So there I found if I want to, let's say, deploy any kinds of open source large language model, let's say my custom created, let's say, server. Let's say I want to launch my own server, and there I want to host my model. For this, what I can use something called SageMaker. Okay, AWS SageMaker I can use because SageMaker will give you different kinds of instance. Okay, so there actually you can host your model. And if I want to use SageMaker and if I want to, let's say, deploy this kinds of open source large language model, because see, if I want to use this kinds of open source large language model, I have to use different library. Like I told you, we have to use Hugging Face. Okay, we have to use LangChain. So different things we have to install. Even if I want to use Hugging Face, I also need to install Accelerate, Bits and Bytes, because this model access the GPU, right? And to access the GPU, I also need these are the package. Okay, I already explained in my Hugging Face session. So if I want to install these are the package, whenever let's say I'm taking any EC2 machine, there you will see installation issue. So most of the time you will see lots of installation issue actually will get. But what they did actually, they created one service called DLC. Okay, DLC, that means deep learning container. So this service is already available in the AWS. Okay, you can use with the help of SageMaker. SageMaker, you can use this DLC, that means deep learning container. So inside deep learning container, you can install any kinds of deep learning package. Let's say you can install Hugging Face, you can install, let's say, PyTorch, TensorFlow. So all the, let's say, library would be already pre-installed there. So you don't need to, let's say, manually put the effort to install these at the library. Okay, with the GPU configuration, everything would be already there. Okay, only just need to take the DLC, let's say, instance, and you have to connect with the SageMaker. That is the idea. Okay, so with the help of SageMaker, with the help of DLC, you can host this model. Let's say you are having one open source model. Now you can host this model in the DLC platform. Got it? And to get the, let's say, endpoint from the model, what you have to do, you have to use something called API gateway. Okay, API gateway. So this is another service from the AWS. With the API gateway, what you can do, you can create an API. Okay, API. Like we saw like OpenAI API. Now we used to use one API. So here also you can create an API. With the help of API, other people can access your model. Let's say this is a user. So user can access your model with the help of API request. So this API will request this, let's say model. That means let's say you are using LLaMA model. Okay, and LLaMA model is present inside DLC. That means deep learning container. It is running on the SageMaker actually instance. Okay, from there actually you can get the response. Now let's say somehow you deployed this a model like that. Okay, the way actually I showed you with the help of SageMaker, DLC, API gateway. Okay, all the services. Let's say you deployed this model, and now let's say it is working fine. Now there one issue we will get. The issue is cost. Okay, so it will actually charge you huge amount of money. Let me show you. So in that research article, I got one image actually. Let me show you the image. So I have already taken the screenshot. So this is the image, guys. I think this image is visible. See what they did actually. They have taken different LLaMA model. You can see they have taken different LLaMA model. Let's say LLaMA 2, 7B, 7B chat, 13B, 70B. Okay. And this is the model ID and this is the max tokens. Like what would be the input length, okay, of this model? I think you know LLaMA 2 takes actually 4096 token. Okay. And this is the default instance type actually they are suggesting. Let's say if I want to use LLaMA 2 7B model. So I have to take ml.g5.2x large machine. Okay. And this machine is available in the SageMaker platform. Now let me show you the SageMaker. So if you just search for SageMaker, okay, SageMaker pricing. Just search for SageMaker pricing in Google. So you will get one website, machine learning service, Amazon SageMaker pricing AWS. Just try to open it up. Now here, if you just go below, you will see SageMaker will give you all kinds of price list with respect to all kinds of, let's say, machine type. Let's say if you want to use MLT3 medium, it is having actually 4 GB RAM, and here you will get 2 vCPU, and this is the price per hour. Like that, actually, it is having actually different instance. Actually, you can see it is also having large instance. So you can see it is also having large instance, X large instance. Okay, then 24X large also instance it is also having. Now see, the more good configuration instance you will be taking, that means your vCPU is increasing as well as the, let's say, memory is also increasing. You'll see that price is also increasing. So this is the per hour price. Let's say per hour price, it will charge you $6 if you're taking ML M5D 24X large. Now see, if I show you the chart now, so this chart also they have also suggested. Let's say you are implementing one project with the help of LLaMA, let's say LLaMA 70. Okay, LLaMA to 70 billion parameter, and now see this is the configuration you have to take. This is the configuration you have to take. MLG5 48X large. Okay, configuration machine. But let's try to consider LLaMA to 13 billion. Okay, let's say you want to use this actually configuration model. Now let's find this configuration. MLG5 12X large. So here you can find out that configuration. You can see there are different series are available. This is the M5, C5. You can also find out the G5. So as of now, let's try to consider this machine. Let's say ML M5D 24X large. Okay, let's say I want to use this. Okay, this machine. I want to use this machine. This machine is having 96 actually CPU, and it is also having 384 GB memory. Now, what is the per hour cost? Per hour cost is, you can see, $6. Okay, almost $6.5. You can consider $6 as of now. Now let's calculate the pricing. So what I'll do, I will open up my calculator. I'm going to actually calculate the price per day. Actually, per day, how much actually it will charge me. Let's say the price, you can see it's $6. Okay, $6 times, I want to run 24 hours. This model, okay, this model I want to run, let's say 24 hours in my actually SageMaker, okay, platform. Because see, 24 hours your application should be keep on running. It's not like that you are running for 2 hours, again you are stopping. No, people won't be using your application. ChatGPT is running 24 hours, okay, 7 days. It is all, I mean, running every time. So you will see there is no downtime. So whenever you are creating your application, it should be always running in 24 hours. Okay. So let's say I want to consider per day how much actually it will charge me. So 24, 6 times 24. So it will charge me actually $144. Only just one day it will charge me $144. Now, if you're from India, if you're from Bangladesh, if you're from any other country, just try to convert the currency, okay, in your, let's say, money, and try to see how much money actually it is taking per day from you. Got it? Now let's say I want to run this model. Let's say I want to run this model, let's say 7 days. So what I'll do, I'll just multiply with 7. Now see, this is the 7-day cost I got, $1,008. So it is more than 1 lakh rupees. Okay, more than 1 lakh rupees actually it will take if you're running this model 7 days. Let's say I want to run this model 4 weeks. So this is the charge actually it will take. Now let's say I want to run this model 1 year. So I can multiply with 12. See, this is the 1 year cost actually you are getting, $48,000. Okay, 384. So now let's see, if you're running a small startup, if you're running a small company, so will you afford that much amount of money? Will you be able to pay this much amount of money? No, definitely you are not. So at the end, your cost is increasing. If you're using this kinds of open source large language model, if you're deploying on this kinds of, let's say, platform on the custom, let's say, hosted server, so you will have lots of cost at the end. So better to use the OpenAI model that time, yes or no? Because OpenAI model will charge you less, very less than this amount of money. Got it? So that's why actually LLMOps comes into picture. So what big tech company actually did, they came up with actually different kinds of LLMOps platform. So I think you saw, not recently actually, this LLMOps platform came actually long back. So Google actually came up with one LLMOps platform called Vertex AI. Okay, Vertex AI. So previously when you used to use MLOps, also we used to use something called Vertex AI for the MLOps also. Because this Vertex AI provides all kinds of functionality, all kinds of, let's say, pipeline for the machine learning operation as well. Okay, nowadays they also integrated generative AI, okay, in the Vertex AI. Even AWS, that means Amazon Web Service, they also came up with another LLMOps platform called Bedrock. Okay, Bedrock. Okay, Bedrock. So Bedrock is also one LLMOps platform. And this is the new service actually they have launched in the AWS, actually, let's say, website. You will see that there will be one section called Bedrock. Okay, so Bedrock also provides all kinds of LLMOps services. Let's say you want to use any kinds of foundation model. You want to use LLaMA, Mistral, okay, any kinds of foundation model. So this model is already hosted. See, this model they have already hosted in their server. Let's say whatever LLaMA model, whatever Mistral model, whatever model you see, these are the model is already hosted in this LLMOps platform. Like that, Google has also hosted lots of foundation model in their server. It's not like that they're only hosting their model. Let's say Google is having their own model. They are having Gemini model. They are having Gemma model. Yes or no? Apart from these are the model, they also hosted some of the foundation model from any other organization. Let's say from Meta AI, from, let's say, Mistral. So what they did actually, they collaborated with these are the organization. Even they hosted their model in their platform as well. And they created one endpoint. They created one API. Okay, they created one API. Now, as an user, what I can do, I can use this API to interact with this model. That means, like, our OpenAI will send the request. Okay, will send the request to this kinds of LLMOps platform with the help of API. And here I will mention what kinds of model I want to use, and this will give me the response. That means I don't need to download these are the model in my system. Okay, so this is the main benefit to use this kinds of LLMOps platform. Okay, and it is having all kinds of flexibility. Let's say you want to connect the data. You can easily connect. Let's say you want to connect the vector database. You can easily connect. Okay, that means all kinds of storage, all kinds of flexibility this LLMOps platform will provide you. It's not like that manually you have to take from any third party, let's say, tool. It's not like that. Complete, like, let's say, pipeline it is already having. Even let's say you are thinking to fine tune this kinds of foundation model, you can also fine tune. You can also perform the fine tune operation. So fine tuning will happening in their server only, not your system. Only you just need to set the configuration of the model. Then you have to pass your data. Automatically, it will perform the fine tuning in their server. Yeah, it is sure they will charge you, but if you see this price would be very less than your this cost actually. Whatever cost actually I showed you here. If you're, let's say, manually creating your server, if you're using manually different kinds of services, that time price would be high. But if you're using this kinds of LLMOps platform, your price would be very low, guys. Trust me. It would be very low. If you see the pricing, I'll tell you whenever we'll be exploring these are the LLMOps platform. There I'll also show you the pricing. You'll see the pricing, it should be very low. Got it? So that's why actually LLMOps is required. we need the LLMOps if I want to use these kinds of foundational model. It's not like that we only need to rely on the OpenAI model, because we saw that there are so many models which is more powerful than my OpenAI model. Even there is another cloud provider, I think you know, Azure. So Azure also having one LLMOps platform called Azure OpenAI. Okay, Azure OpenAI. So they have, what they did actually, they collaborated with OpenAI and they bring the OpenAI platform in the Azure platform only. Okay, on top of that, they created some more services and it is running on the Azure right now. So if you know about OpenAI now, OpenAI, so you'll be also work with the Azure. Okay, Azure, let's say OpenAI. So OpenAI wise, we already saw how we can use OpenAI with the help of OpenAI Peki, how we can access different kinds of foundation model. Okay. So yes, guys, this is the complete idea of our LLMOps and why LLMOps is required. Okay. So in the next video, we'll be learning about one amazing actually LLMOps platform called Vertex AI from the Google side. So we'll see the entire platform, what kinds of service it provides. Even we'll also do lots of practical. We'll also do the hands-on. We'll be creating different, let's say, LLM powered application with the help of Vertex AI. Even I will also show you the AWS Bedrock, how we can use the Bedrock, okay, to implement any kinds of end-to-end LLM powered application. Even we'll also learning how we can deploy these at the project as well. Fine. So yes, guys, this is all about. I hope you liked it. So thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video.